Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE General Test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 291, quantitative comparison question. That's what QC stands for, quantitative comparison question. Number 11. Let's take a look at it. I do not know why half the people who took the exam, 52% of the people got it right, 48% of the people missed this question. There is not much in it actually. Let's take a look at it. Your job is to get your job is not to get distracted by anything else that you see there. You must concentrate on the facts that pertain to the problem itself and nothing else. Here I'm told that I have a triangle, so I'm going to draw a triangle. And in that triangle, they tell me that side AB has to equal to side BC, so I'm going to do just that. I guess I'm not going to do just that because I had forgotten to put the cap on last time, and this thing is now, as they would say, dead as a dodo. Since I said that expression, allow me to digress a little bit more. And for those of you who do not know what digress means, look it up. Digress. D-I-G-R-E-S-S. Digress means to go off topic. Dead as a dodo. And of course, you know what dodo is. It's an extinct animal, and hence the expression dead as a dodo. That marker was dead as a dodo because I had forgotten to put the cap back on. The digression that I'm about to make, these were not the digression here. There's a word that appears sometime, well, it has appeared in the exam, the antonym of extinct. I don't know why it comes to my mind right now, but I'm solving a math problem. It's nothing to do with this thing, and hence the digression. Do you know the antonym of extinct? Extinct, of course, you know what that means. Therefore, the antonym would have to mean something that still exists. If you don't know it, here it is. The antonym of the word extinct is extant, with an A in it. Extant means still existing. That's all. Anyway, how the bloody hell did I get into this thing? I do not know. The marker was dead as a dodo. So we have a triangle ABC, and I'm told that AB equals BC. So I'm going to draw a triangle. Let's erase all of this digression here. Notice how I drew it. I drew it on purpose like this to bring out the salient feature, the fact that only two sides of these triangles are equal to each other. AB equals BC. And when you have a situation like this, a triangle such as this is referred to as an isosceles triangle. I'm going to need my electronic dictionary here because I have no idea how to spell isosceles. And I do not want to make a fool of myself more than I usually do. So I'm going to look it up. There you go. An isosceles triangle is one where two sides are equal to each other. It is not an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is so called because in an equilateral triangle, all three sides are equal to each other. And since all three sides are equal, I'm going to draw you an equilateral triangle here. Let's call it PQR. PQ is equal to QP. PQ is equal to QP. What the hell is R? PQR. PQ is equal to QR, and which is equal to PR. This is an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is so called because all three sides are equal to each other. This side equals this side, and this side equals this side. And if all three sides equal to each other, all the three interior angles have to equal to each other. This angle P has to equal to angle Q, and angle Q has to equal to angle R. And since we know that the sum of the angle A I'm probably making a big fuss about nothing at all. You probably know these things already. And since we know that sum of angle P, angle Q, and angle R has to equal 180, why? It is not a characteristic of an equilateral triangle or an isosceles triangle. That is a characteristic of any triangle. The sum of the three angles in any triangle has to equal 180. And since here the three angles are equal to each other, angle P, if three sides are equal, that implies if the three sides are equal, that implies the three angles have to be equal. Three angles have to be equal. In other words, angle P equals angle Q equals angle R. That is not the case here. The situation that we have on hand is not an equilateral triangle, it's an isosceles triangle. Only two sides are equal to each other. As I keep emphasizing, we are told that AB equals BC. We are not told that AC equals AB and BC. Only two sides are equal, and therefore it's an isosceles triangle. And in this case, only the angle A, the angle that faces this side, AB, the angle that faces AB is angle C, right here. And the angle that faces BC, angle that faces side BC is angle A, and therefore angle A equals angle C. I have this nagging feeling that I'm taking too much time, so I'm going to actually run to the back of the camera, see how much I have taken so far, because I don't want to go over 10 minutes. Just give me a second. Yes, I knew it. Maybe I'm making too much fuss about nothing. I've taken 7 minutes already. So anyway, the bottom line is, the situation that we have on hand is not the fact that we're dealing with an equilateral triangle, but rather we're dealing with an isosceles triangle, this triangle here. Not this one. So I'm going to erase this thing. We're not dealing with this one. This is not the case we're dealing with. We're dealing with this situation. Had we been dealing with this situation, an equilateral triangle, then all three angles in an equilateral triangles are equal to each other, and because all three angles add up to 180, therefore each angle has to equal 60, and in that case the answer would have been C. Would have been. It's quite hypothetical. Okay, I'm speaking quite hypothetically right now. The answer would have been C if they had told us. See, this is what they're telling us. They're telling us what they're telling us is this. They're telling us that AB equals BC. If they had told us that that also equals AC, AB equals BC and equals AC, if they had told us that, then all angles would have been 60, and the answer would have been C. But that is not the case here. AB equals BC, but we do not know what AC is. AC does not equal BC. And therefore, all I can say for certainty is that angle A equals angle C. I do not know what they are. The fact that they add up to 180, that doesn't help me in answering the fact how much is angle B. I don't know how much angle B is if, for example, angle A equals angle C. If, for example, if A turns out to be 70 and C turns out to be 70, in that case, angle B would be 40. If it turns out that angle A is 30 and angle C would be 30, then in that case angle C would be 30 plus 30 is 60. It would be 120. This is your angle B. We do not know what angle B would be. It depends on the value of A and C. The answer is D. That's all. The answer is D. I do not know how you will evaluate my performance here, because I think I sometimes end up explaining too much, and that's where I get all excited and concerned about the time. Anyway, I hope you found it helpful. I hope you understood it. I hope you got something out of it. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, face-to-face tutoring, I do tutoring obviously personal private tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. I also tutor through online tutoring through Skype, or just plain old-fashioned telephone tutoring. I also do that. If there is any way at all I can help you with your preparation for the GRE, please get hold of me. Go to my website at www.for4gre.com and send me an email, okay? You can also get hold of me through www.KeshwaniPrep.com, alright? And send me an email. Now we'll talk. Okay, thanks.